Hello, this is the trade site U.S. stocks and futures market preview for Thursday the 19th and Friday the 20th of July 2018. As usual, we do not typically do a market preview for Thursday nights going to Friday. At this point, that won't be any exception on a summer Friday. We just put in two, at least Monday and Wednesday this week were very slow. Tuesday was a little bit interesting. Stock side's okay. Futures opening range plays are still working, but there's not much you can do when you see Wednesday's intraday action. Futures market was absolutely dead. There's just nothing to do there other than those opening range plays that typically work very well. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form, so you can see what it looks like. This is the S&P essentially. All right, let's go through the major indices. Then we'll look at the intraday action from Wednesday, and then we'll talk about whatever economic data is left for the week and anything else. Remember, this is options expiration week. We definitely did not, under any circumstance, see an options unraveling move on Wednesday like you usually would, which, as I said, July is one of the lightest options expiration months usually, so there may not be a lot of positions to unravel. We may not really get one, but we'll still be on the look after the first hour on Thursday just in case. Guessing Friday is going to be a bust for expiration itself. Here's crude oil closing at 68.93. That's up 17 cents. Gold down $1.20. S&P cash gains $6.07. The NASDAQ 100 loses 13.76. Stocks gains 10. So we had kind of a mixed market. NASDAQ down, S&P up. Biotech's down $2.30. They're very near all-time breakout highs here, trying to form a little handle before a potential breakout if that happens. Now, VIX was only up 4 cents to 12.10. The trend closes at 0.94. NASDAQ volume 1.8 billion. That's including some aftermarket stuff. It was really more like 1.7 at the close of the market. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ plus 346. Advanced decline ratio on the New York plus 278. Google loses just 17 cents. That's a blip. Apple down $1.05. Netflix down $4.35. Amazon down $1.01. Tesla up $1.17. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down 49 cents. Goldman Sachs up 22 cents. The Dow Jones was up 79 points. Let's look at the intraday action. So here's the ES front month futures contract. Look at how flat. And again, these afternoons, all 3 days have been horrible. We did have a move on like Monday flat in general. Tuesday had that gap down and then rallied, but then the last 3 hours were flat. Wednesday was just even worse. I mean, really nothing going on. But look at the last literally 4 hours of the day. So flat. NASDAQ side, look at this. Look at the NQs. I mean, for the last 5 hours, stuck in this tiny little range. Untradeable. You're going to get yourself killed trying to play with that stuff. So just don't do it. That's just the way it works. All right. So again, options expiration on Friday. The unraveling move, if there is one, might still be out there. In terms of economic data, Thursday, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index and the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers an hour before the bell. CB leading index 30 minutes into the market. Natty gas an hour into the market. Friday, no data except for the OPEC meetings and the G20 meetings start. And that's about it, folks. Again, I'm not expecting much on Friday. We should be around trying to trade Thursday unless it goes flat. Again, in the afternoons, the way you want to approach this in the summer, make your money in the morning. If you can't get something done, if these trades work and set up some of the key futures trades and the stock patterns that we have. But in the afternoon, you really only want to trade if the futures are showing some movement. You don't even want to trade stocks if the futures aren't showing movement. You're just going to get yourself hurt typically, and there's no point. Friday, obviously worse. Expiration Fridays are always late. Summer expiration, usually one of the latest. So I don't know, I expect much. Just to give you a quick preview of what's ahead, we do have another full week of July. Then we start to head into August on Wednesday the 1st. August, to me, has typically been a good month. And the way that everybody has shifted their school years anymore, summer ends a little earlier for some people now. So the market, I think, a little more interesting in August than July. July is that month where just about everyone's off, and you got to deal with it. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken the trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday and a good weekend.